Here I am, Todd Gross, and we are doing a CastAI webinar that is unbelievable. CastAI is a combination of two engines under the synthesis umbrella. Of the two engines, one engine is called Recast. It creates your perfect video. It can change any video in a multitude of ways. It is so mind-blowing, as you'll see in the video montage I'm about to show you in just a moment. But then we've combined it with Talking Faces, the latest version. And basically what that means is you could take your video creations and overlay them on any website. Any website. Now, think about a local business, for instance, how powerful it will be to go to the business owner and say, all right, Mr. Business Owner, we could take your face, we could take your video, and we could put it on any website, and it could say anything, and we could change it at any time. You don't have to re-record ever, because we could just type in with your voice that is cloned whatever you want to say, whatever the special is of the week. I mean, Talking Faces is phenomenal in itself, but we have two phenomenal pieces of software that are working together as one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I want you to watch this video. I'm going to switch over my GoToWebinar here. I am about to show you how first any video you take can be changed into another person, another language. You could change their hair, you could change their gender, you could change their age, you could change anything in the video, you could rewrite the script, you could change anything and make a new video out of it, so that you only have to get one video in there once, and then you could change it infinite number of times after that. That's the first thing you'll see in this demo video I'm about to show you. The second thing you're going to see are the videos actually placed over websites so that you have a warm, welcoming host on the sites. So without further ado, let me do just that and get my video going here. Let's see if I could find it. Here we go. I'm going to leave my microphone on during this. I may have some comments as we go along. Now make sure that you turn your volume up just a little bit and make your screen as big as possible. I'm going to start this 6-minute video right now.
Okay, so I'm about to show you something that's going to break your brain a little bit. Everything you're about to see in this video was recorded once. One take on a webcam. But as you can see, things can change pretty fast. Let's start with the obvious. I just changed my outfit without changing my clothes. Again and again. Same video, same take. I just pick what I want to wear.
I used to spend 2 full days getting one video ready. Now I literally roll out of bed, record looking like this, and the AI handles the rest. Different outfit, new background. I even posted one in Japanese yesterday, and I don't even speak Japanese.
Hi, it's Todd Gross here, and let me state the obvious
huge flaw in AI videos to date. They simply
haven't been consistent through an entire video funnel. And what good is that?
Well, I want to introduce you to something that we've been working on that completely changes how video marketing funnels are created.
Hola, soy Todd Gross, y permíteme decir lo obvio.
Un gran defecto en los videos de IA hasta ahora es que simplemente
no han sido consistentes a lo largo de todo un embudo de video. ¿Y de qué sirve eso?
Bueno, quiero presentarte algo en lo que hemos estado trabajando y que cambia por completo la forma en que se crean los embudos de marketing en video.
We used to fly product to a studio, hire models, do the whole shoot for every single market. But one video with a product in my hand and the tool does the rest. New presenter for Europe, new language for Brazil, new outfit for the luxury segment. We launched in 6 countries last month.
Whoa. Now, this is really from TikTok. I really did this yesterday. I'm not kidding. This is I actually posted this. Watch this. It's totally mind-blowing.
上海以南已有60万人被疏散，但对这座城市而言，情况本可能更糟。
Hey, it's Todd Gross, now in English. All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch. All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch.
All right, JVs, we are taking AI to the next level now with our next launch. And we're including marketing that's really going to make this sell.
Okay, real talk. We were spending 12 grand per ad just to localize for 3 markets. Now I take one video, swap the presenter, translate it with perfect lip sync, and I have 15 versions running by lunch. My CEO thinks I hired a whole agency. It's literally just me.
I keep getting comments asking what I'm actually taking every day. It's literally just this. I take 2 of these every morning before I even look at my phone. Honestly, the brain fog is just completely gone. You don't need a crazy routine, just this.
Now we're going to put it together into a larger
Completely
video.
dominate your content creation. Stop wasting thousands of dollars on expensive video production. Buying heavy cameras drains your wallet. Hiring actors is a massive headache.
Now let's talk about that second engine, which is Talking Faces, putting it over websites.
Panoramic views and a chef's kitchen. This San Diego property won't last long. Click here to book your private tour today.
This stunning dress is a must-have. Use code STYLE20 right now to get 20% off your entire order. Treat yourself. Upgrade your space with premium comfort. Order today and we'll ship it to your door completely free.
And we start these with an attention grabber, as we call them, like waving hello, that sort of thing, or holding a sign. Here, let me give you an example. Nice. You're here. You won't believe it, but when I recorded this video, I had trees all around me. I was wearing a flannel shirt and reading glasses. I didn't even speak these words. Now look at me. Prim and proper, increasing conversions, engaging audiences, and all because of CastAI. And Talking Faces, actually, to be more accurate. Contrary to popular belief, we do like to pump up the volume. This is the lowest entry price for any synthesis product in years. And the faster we all drive sales, the more.
Craving authentic wood-fired pizza? Order right now and get your second one completely free. Just use code PIEZZA50P at checkout.
Over 1,000 women swear by this exact serum. Use code GLOW30 right now to get 30% off your bottle. Don't wait.
Work smarter, not harder. Grab your 14-day free trial before this timer runs out. 0 credit card required.
If you skip this during checkout or simply weren't sure, this is your last opportunity to grab the complete CastAI platform at our biggest discount. For just a little bit more, you'll unlock every premium feature, 10,000 credits, and save yourself from buying upgrades one at a time. Before you continue, take another look. I think you'll be glad you did. All right. What do you think, guys? Is this the most amazing video software you've ever seen in your life in terms of the results? And all of those were very, very quickly produced. Now, I know you want to see that again. I will show that again later in the webinar. Right now, this is the part where I have to try to get back to my screen. Hopefully, it will work. Let's see if it does. Aha! It worked. Maybe rebooting the computer. Well, I have another demo to go, so I'll still give it a chance to crash on me. All right, so that was the video. I want to see some of your comments, please, in the question answer box on what you just saw in terms of the level of AI video that we've now reached. If I could see some of your comments up there. Rita says fire. Oh, my goodness. Sai says, boom. Jim, what is the difference between this and that? Yeah, there's a difference, and we're going to have Luann answer you in the question answer box. This is Talking Faces and Recast combined, 2 parts of synthesis. James said, great. Terry said it looked cool. Russ said, wowzer. Clay said, crazy. Wendy said, that's a great name, Wendy Walter. Sort of like Wendy Walter White. Says, wow. a bunch. LOL Synthesis Studio. Oh, wow. Okay. What does it look like on mobile? Looks good, as a matter of fact. That's one of the things that we were proud of, is that we worked on it to get it looking good on mobile as well, which is important now with so many people using mobile over their desktop and laptop computers. All right. So let's talk about the theory here, first of all, of CastAI and the two sections that we have. So I want to make it clear that the videos that you create are twofold. Number one, you could change anybody to be anybody else. You only need one video. You could just take a video of any person to begin with, and then that's all you need, because you could change that person in recast to anybody. All right. You could describe the new person, and they are indistinguishable from your original person. You can't tell which is real and which isn't. I myself do not know, in the videos that I just showed you right now, if there were original people that we were looking at in some of those that I just showed you. I cannot tell 100%. I cannot tell which was an AI generated person and which wasn't. In fact, during the demo that I just did, that I was rushing to get done, I was unable to tell, even then when I was doing it, why the person looked so real that I had just created just by typing. All right. It's just phenomenal. So you have two things that you're doing here. Number one, you're creating wild videos you could use in any video editor. And you could keep using that same original video and changing it so that now you have, the person wearing a suit and tie. Now you have the person as a female. Now you have the person with one ethnicity. Now you have the person in a different age group. Now you have the person speaking a different language. You could use those in your videos. But the second thing that I have been a great proponent of since 2009, all right? I'm trying to remember if that's the exact year. I believe it was 2009 that I became so enamored with the idea of putting a person over your website that I created a product in 2009, and I hired somebody for $1,000 or $2,000 to do an actual short clip similar to the ones that you just saw our AI do. And the person that I hired, a real actress, was indistinguishable from what we just showed you. There's no way you would know the difference between that actress and the ones that we just showed you now. And yet I paid $1,000 to $2,000 back then, and the technology was new in order to be able to put that onto a website with an embed code. So back in 2009, I became enamored with this idea. Then I believe it was 2013, Luann gave me a list yesterday of all the times I have been on the cutting edge of this. So we've done this with many developers, and we finally perfected it with Oliver. All right. We've done this, it was just incredible. That whole idea of putting it on website. Now, why would you want to do that? Your website already gets visitors, but here's the question. Are you converting those, are you doing what we do best as human beings? When you walk into a store, all I know is when I walk into the Gap or I walk into the CVS, people at the register go out of their way to say hello to me, even if I'm walking the other direction and they're serving a customer at the counter. This has become a really big deal. They're told by their managers to welcome whoever is coming into the store. Why? Because it increases conversions. Because it makes the person feel an affinity towards the store since it's being represented by an ambassador. So are you converting or losing visitors when they come to your site or to your client's site? Most websites are static and silent and passive, and if they have a video on there, it helps, but not as much as having a host on the site, over the site, overlaying the site. Imagine instead having a friendly AI spokesperson welcoming every visitor. So while we have those two things going here, Recast, which changes these spokespeople in all different ways that you could use in regular videos. We also have the other half of it, Talking Faces, which works with Recast. It just grabs your Recast video and puts it in there as now the warm, welcoming host. All right? Which is just phenomenal. And as you saw, that host can be holding the product up and saying, get this product now, it's unspecial, or holding up a sign that says 30% off. But most importantly is that they're welcoming you. It greets them instantly. It explains your offer. It answers any objections if you want. You know, you could say hello and immediately start addressing some of the concerns you may think they have. And it guides them through to the next step. So it's transforming videos basically into digital spokespersons that deploy directly onto your website. It looks up obviously just like what you're looking at right here on the lower right. And we start with an attention grabber. That's what you're looking at right there. And this attention grabber says, let me 3x your conversions. And that's, you know, just goading us to click on them to hear what they have to say. So CastAI basically turns any video into a 24/7 AI salesperson. So you could use it in your videos. You don't have to use it as the salesperson, but that is basically the bottom line. After you go through the whole process, which does not take long, as you'll see in the demo. In fact, the demo is kind of short. I'll tell you a secret. This is a funny secret. When I show the demo, it's usually about 15 plus minutes long, maybe 20 minutes. And I go and I have a bite to eat or something to drink. During this very webinar, I turn the microphone off. I go into the kitchen. I make myself a snack because I'm so busy before the webinar, I don't really get a chance to eat properly. So that's what I usually do. But this demo is only like 10 minutes long because it doesn't take long to use this software. It takes very little. And even though I don't show you all the features, I show you just most of them. I couldn't make this demo too long because this webinar was coming and my Camtasia wasn't working. And I said, well, it doesn't matter because it's so easy to use and it renders so quickly. I'm going to be able to get this done. So that's the great news, is this is really easy, fast software, which is also kind of refreshing in the current AI environment. So we swap faces and identity. That's the recast portion of this. We change outfits and styles. We could change the background, but you don't want to change the background if you're using this on a website because you're going to wipe out the background. But if you want to use it as a video, you could. In fact, my girlfriend actually put a bear behind me. It scared the heck out of me in one of my videos. And there was this bear roaming around, a black bear, in the very setting that I was doing the video. And I thought it was real. It was so convincing. I said, there's a black bear? And I didn't even notice it. She put it in there when she was using the software. And then the talking faces part of it is then you could deploy it on any website. So that's what you see in the lower right there. The lower right of that third video, third image on the right, in the lower right, that's her. That would be your actual video. More recast stuff here on the left. You could rewrite the speech after you get that recording in there. So in other words, you could use the original voice of what you're bringing in, or you could just rewrite the voice and use any of our choices, our voice choices. Now, that's one way to do it. You could even use your own voice because we're going to be recommending that you get the package that includes your voice cloning, and you'll be able to use your own voice as well. And that's what you watched just now when I showed you one of the examples a couple of times. You heard me talking in Mandarin, and you heard me talking another time or two where it was my voice, but I didn't actually say any of those words. It was rewritten. It was rewritten by my partner Shannon, and I rewrote another one. I mean, it's just incredible that you can just have them say things that you never said. There's no reason that you have to re-record anything. It's phenomenal. And then on the right-hand side, that's a talking faces one. That's the intention grabber intros that I was telling you about. And I have much more on that in the demo. That's where you wave hello at the beginning to get people's attention, or you hold up a sign. You can do an innumerable amount of things to get the person's attention. And if you make it bigger, which you're able to do inside the software, the bigger you make it, the more attention you're going to get. So let's go over this, and I'm going to just hammer this in over and over again today of how this works. The first thing you do, and you'll see this in the demo in just a moment, because I'm going to show the demo pretty shortly. And you know what I'm going to be trying to do during the demo, right? Getting a snack. So you upload or generate a base video. That's what you do to begin with. You choose or create a persona after that. In other words, you change the person if you'd like. And all you have to do is describe the new person, the new outfit, the new style. If you want to not use this on a website, you could completely change the background, the setting. You can make it the beach. You can make a bear roaming around behind you. You can have birds flying around. You could do a dinosaur. You could do anything as the background. All right. But if you're going to use it on a website later, you don't need the background. You could edit that script if needed, and then it will resync the lips after the edits to what you now write. So you could go over it over and over again, change it. You only needed to import that video just once. Imagine how much time you'll save. And then you can then you deploy this persona with talking faces with a one-click embed code onto any website. Or you could also add clickable in-video calls to action that route visitors to the checkout. And then you just publish it and let it run. We'll be talking a lot about that. Now, you also have a choice. You have a choice between, there it is, the embed code, or you could do it with the URL. Now, I'm really going to hammer this home, and I need you to pay attention to this. If you want to get a business to pay you money, it is so easy to do by going to them or writing to them and showing them their website with a talking face on their website. And the way to do that is with a URL. We have the ability to show their website in the background with the talking face in the foreground before you even give them the embed code. I show that in the demo too. And you guys asked this already. CastAI can be viewed on all Apple devices within Safari as well as all other devices. But here we go. You guys excited? Welcome to CastAI. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down in the synthesis menu, and we're going to note that there is recast and talking faces. All right, keep that in mind, recast and talking faces. Also, keep in mind you're going to be using my projects later. So recast is the first engine as part of CastAI. So you click on recast. It says drop motion source here. That's going to be a video of yourself or somebody else. I believe it's in my desktop, so I'm going to look for it in my desktop. That's my personal desktop. I want my shared desktop. There it is right here. I'm going to take an actual video that I think will work well. All right, now it's already uploaded that video. I did not even pause it just now. And what you're going to do is I'm going to play it. Hey, it's Todd Gross, and what you're seeing right now is CastAI. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to grab a still image from that. It's going to just take the first image in the video, and the reason we want to do that is so that everything works at its best, even if we change things. So you grab from the video. You could also upload a target character, but since you could describe a character and it comes out even better, grabbing from the video is your best bet. So it's going to take the first image it can from that video that we just uploaded, and that's what it's going to display. Now we could change this. I could say have this person as a 35-year-old with brown hair and holding a coffee mug that is steaming. All right, and apply that edit, and it's going to change the person. Probably leave the same clothes. I could change the clothing as well. Perhaps I could, make the person, me, wear a suit instead of that little jacket that I have there, which is not a fancy jacket by any means. We could do that as well. But for the time being, we now have the same exact outfit, but we have a different person. Person in his 30s holding a coffee mug. And there you go. Now, what's funny about this photo is you see the stairs on the lower right-hand side? I really do have stairs, and I don't know how it knew that. And the stairs look exactly like that. I cannot figure out. I did another one previously when my Camtasia crashed when I was doing a recording for you guys, and it did the same thing. It created those stairs. It's unfathomable to me that it knew that the stairs were there. It's like it was spying on me or something. Anyway, we'll leave that for now, that outfit. We could have changed it if we wanted. But now we have a choice. We could leave the script as it is, or we can actually type a new script in here, enable this and type a new script, and actually select my voice, because I, of course, have the whole package. Like, you're going to be getting the whole package today, I'm sure. And when you get that upgrade, you're able to use your own custom cloned voice, and you could write anything. So you could change everything that I just said. But for now, I want to show you the translation. So I'm not going to write anything in this section right here on the left. I'm not going to enable that. And I am going to enable this bottom section, though, because I'm going to do a language translation like this. And I'm going to choose Spanish. All right? Now, normally I'd add captions if I wanted to do a video that I wasn't going to overlay on a web page later, but I want to take this video after we create it and overlay it on a web page. And in that case, we're going to want to keep in mind that we just want the person to show on the web page. We don't want to change the background, which we could do. Like in a previous video, I actually had a bear watching me. You don't want to put captions if you're doing that. If you're going to overlay it on a web page, you want to just leave it, regular like it is now, because all that background is going to be cut out. So I'm doing Spanish, and then I'm going to do 720p. We could have done 1080p, but let's do 720. We'll go a little faster, and confirm and generate. This part does take a few minutes to render. Now that's already been fed over to Talking Faces, so let's go back there. Where will it live? Let's do a website called toddsuggests.com/Odin AI. That's one that just came to mind. And then once we're inside Talking Faces, what we do is we can choose to change the face again if we want, like this, and then work from there. But we already have ours done in Recast, so we're going to pick Recast and not just play with Talking Faces from scratch. We've already done a lot of the work. We're going to pick our Todd that's speaking Spanish, and then from there we can edit it again if we want, so that something else happens, like we could put a bird on my shoulder. But instead, let's just continue. We go left corner or right corner. I usually like the right corner. And continue. Then from there, we have the ability to make some changes to the beginning of the video. At the very, very beginning, when people first see it, we can create an attention grabber. An attention grabber is the coolest thing. It actually, you could have the person hold a sign or so many different things. They give you some quick ones right here, like wave hello. So let's just click on wave hello right here. And then generate the attention grabber. Now remember, this is what people are going to see when they first go to the website that you're overlaying onto. This is the second half of CastAI, remember. This is no longer Recast. We're now in Talking Faces using a Recast video. So we're going to have this character waving hello. And there he is, waving hello. It's looking pretty darn good. All right, and here he is, and that's how it's going to look over the website when we integrate it. We've been thrown right now into the integration part, so let's see what we've got. So the playback settings is we don't want to hide our attention grabber, obviously. We are going to want to loop it so it doesn't just play once. Auto close after playing. I think we'll let it keep playing. Hide the close button. Yeah, let's hide the close button. Display the mute button. No. And we don't want to disable it. You would disable it if you're selling this to a client and they don't pay their bill. Actor size, we want it to be larger than halfway, so about 3/4. So it'll be fairly large, like you're seeing here. And integrate the actor onto the website. First, we want to do the call to action first. Call to action button is like click here, and then it will go to the website. And we want it to go to the site that it's going to be over. So we're going to do toddsuggests.com, Odin AI. And then the button color, let's see if it comes out okay the way that it is default. And then click save. It's saving. We didn't have to click save this time. There's the button. Oh, that was the integrate actor to website. We're supposed to do this. Integrate actor to website. So we click this, integrate actor to website. We get the embed code that we'd sell to a client. Or we could show the client what it's going to look like just by putting in the underlying web page here. The custom URL is toddsuggests.com/Odin AI. And then we got to give it a name. So come back. The name we're going to give it is Odin Overlay, right? Because we're having an overlay on top of the Odin website. It's Odin AI Overlay. Odin AI Overlay. That's a good name. And it gives us the name, that the URL that we're going to share with the client. Edit copy. And then once you close this box, you have to save that, what you just did. So I almost forgot an important step. That's an integrate with the website. And now we're all done. Now I'm going to bring this down here. So I want to show you, first of all, that you could look at the settings right here and redo everything we just did in case it's not playing the way you want it to. Or you could play with the embed code section, which is this section right here. We could put a different website underneath, and we could take perhaps a whole bunch of pizza places in a certain neighborhood and keep putting the same overlay onto all the different pizza places. And then the one that pays you, you'll finally give them the URL code up here, the embed code. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually put this in the bar, in the URL bar right here at the top. I'm going to paste it in. That's what it gave us so that we can see how this is going to look. I click return. And now we should have the website underneath. And we do. And we should have us waving here, begging to be played. And now we could play it.
Hola, soy Todd Gross. Y lo que ves ahora mismo es CastAI operando en esta página tal como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tus novedades, tus productos o lo que desees.
Okay, now I want to point out that it's kind of redundant for us to right click here because we're already on the website and it's already operational. But if you were using this as an affiliate site or something like that you want to send folks to make sure that you get credited, then you could put the click here. It should say something else though, because obviously I could be holding a sign that says click to play, and then we want them to click the play button. So we'll probably write something else other than click here. But you get the point. We have this really beautiful overlay on the bottom right-hand side that we've made, and we're playing it.
Mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico.
And it's in Spanish, and it's perfectly on top of a website. And yet, we have the embed code that we didn't even give them yet. And yet we're able to see this right on top of their website. An amazing two tools, two engines put together that just is going to make you so many sales to local businesses. Every local business, in fact, every business, not just local business, should have something like this on their site, begging people to come in, being the welcoming host. It did not crash on me today. It may later still. All right, so now what I'm going to do, first of all, how did you like that demo? Did it look pretty easy to use? Did you see how we're able to change that into Spanish? I bet you were surprised when all of a sudden I started speaking Spanish later on, because you probably forgot that I had changed the language. And then we didn't play it until later on. So, like when I was watching that just now, I said, oh, yeah, it was in Spanish, which was really cool. Easy peasy, says Don. Great. Yes. Totally amazing. Love the demo. Great. Okay. Yes. All your questions that you're asking, like Russ, I can't answer right this second because I have to get through the presentation, but they'll be answering you in the question and answer box. And then I'll personally try to answer some stuff for you guys later as well. All right. So now what I'm going to do is go over the key features, which really we went over already in the demo and prior to the demo. So I'm just going to hammer it home, and then we'll get right to the offer today. We're not going to spend any time wasted. I want you to grab this software as soon as you can. All right. So basically the key features are, first of all, a full character or persona swap, the script rewriting. I'm just going to keep going over with you over and over again, so you understand all the things you could do that are so amazing. AI has brought us to a whole new, precipice here that we're falling into. You can rewrite the script so that you're only using a video one time. You can insert an object, like you saw that I was holding a coffee cup. That can be, of course, and I'll show you again in a few minutes, those videos from the beginning of this presentation. I'll show it to you again so you could see when you could put an object in someone's hand, like he was holding up that vitamin bottle, which he was able to change to acne cream. It was just amazing, right? You could do voice cloning. So like most of these, you heard it was my voice speaking Spanish. You could then, of course, embed on websites. You have clickable in video buttons, calls to action. You saw me set that up. The commercial license obviously is included, and we want you to use it for clients as much as it's tempting to just use it for yourself. All right, let's go over some more things. The face and identity swap, the outfit and style changes. I think that's very important, the way that you can put on a suit and tie without having to wear a suit and tie. Some of the videos that my partners have made of me have been very impressive in terms of what I'm wearing. And it really seems to get the body style right too, which is really interesting. The voice cloning, the rewriting speech after you bring in the recording, the AI script writer, the intention grabber intros. So just to repeat what those were, you saw it in the demo. That's me or whoever it is waving hello or holding up a sign that says, we have a special going on, or something, holding up a sign that says, click to play, something like that. And any video input, which is handy, such as WebM and MOV, not just MP4. All right. You could deploy it on unlimited websites. I can't stress this more, that you could take one, just do it once, and then keep putting that on different websites. So you could go to various different businesses in the same niche, and you could have the same video over all those different business websites. Why would you want to do that? So that you could show every one of them what it looks like ahead of time to get their business. Website overlay and inline embed, right? And that's how you're going to do it. You're going to show them the website overlay. It's going to look like you took their website and embedded on it, and they're going to be very confused because you're going to show them their website with your overlay on it. Then you have the clickable in-video buttons, the attention grabber intros, the in-video text, the images, the calls to action, the custom positioning left or right, and the branding. All right. The website conversion features, obviously, it greets every visitor, it explains your offer, and it guides visitors to the next step. And there's clickable calls to action. All right, so let's talk about the best use cases for this. And one in particular I'm going to go over with you again. I mentioned it in passing. So I'm sure you could think of all kinds of ways to use this. not even listed here is the obvious way most of you are going to use this, and that is with your existing video editors, the existing videos that you make now. You now have a way without having to hire anybody. Look, I'll be honest with you. You can actually make a video this way yourself at 7 in the morning after you first get up in your pajamas. All right. And then you could turn yourself into anyone, any actor that you would have hired. Think about how much money isn't transpiring here, isn't being paid to an actor or actress. Bad for actors and actresses. Great for us. Bad for me as somebody that used to get hired to do this, but great for me as a person doing this at home. All right. So that's the first way to use it, is you don't have to hire actors and actresses. You could do it in your pajamas. It doesn't even have to be your voice. You're changing the voice. You're changing how it looks. You're changing what you're wearing. Completely transformational. All right. That's just to begin with. I don't think I even have that listed here. Then you could use this obviously for e-commerce, a persona presenter on every product page when you're selling products. You could use this for coaches and creators to multiply one recording into multiple personas for different audiences and niches. Think about what I did on TikTok yesterday. There was a typhoon that moved in 200 miles south of Shanghai. I called up my daughter-in-law, Bonnie, and I said, "Hey, Bonnie, let me ask you something. I translated myself here into Mandarin. Is this accurate?" She turned around. She said, "I understood every word. There is a very slight hint of an accent. That's it. You could now take these videos and put them on social media in China." She was dead serious. Imagine that. Creators could now take their videos and make them worldwide, or, and this can be sneaky, you could change yourself as a male to a female. Perhaps. I'm just planting the seed. I'm not saying you should do this. And you could now, this is terrible. I really shouldn't be giving you these ideas, but it would really work if you changed yourself as, let's say, an older guy, and now all of a sudden you're a younger woman. You can get followers that way, and you could create a whole new persona. I hate to just spell that out there because it seems devious, but people are doing it already. You could be the one doing it. Now, of course, as an agency, or if you work with local business, I'll talk about that in a moment. Affiliate marketers, I use this all the time for affiliate marketing. You're putting a layer between the buyer and the person that you are representing who has the product. You saw me do that on the Odin AI website. So Neil Napier has Odin AI. I promoted that for him this week. And what I can do now is talk about Odin AI before I send folks over to his website, so that I could give them a little taste to let them know that I'm on the case with them. As an affiliate marketing tool, this is tremendous. You could build faceless or persona-based VSLs, video sales letters, without filming a thing. You already had that video that one time. You could change that video to say whatever you want for every affiliate marketing product that comes out thereafter for years to come. Can you imagine that? That's crazy. All right, now let's talk about agencies and local businesses, and then the way that I would sell this if I was you, to make the most possible money in the shortest amount of time. You could have a 24/7 salesperson greeting website visitors, including the business owner. The business owner. All you have to do is take any video, and then you could feed in his picture or take a video of him. And then from there, you have his voice clone because that's part of the package. And you could actually have him on a weekly basis change what he says without him having to lift a finger. And again, he could be in his underwear and a t-shirt making the video. It doesn't matter. You could change and put him in a suit. You could put him in the beachwear. It doesn't matter. So if I was doing this for a local business, what I would do is either use something, if I had any video of him, that would be great. But let's just say we put a professional spokesperson on top of his business, right? The way I would do it, let me see if I could grab the software to show you. Here, we're actually inside the software here. I had it up. You guys could see this, right? Okay, so I'm going to make this bigger. All right, all you have to do is go in the talking faces part. I think you could put anything in that beginning part. All right, and then we're going to grab a recast. Let's say we grab this. I haven't used this one yet. Well, that won't really. Okay, so let's say we were to grab this and continue. And then from there, we put them on the lower right-hand corner and then continue. And then we develop a tension grabber here, right? We'd write, we'd do like wave hello or something like that. And then we generate our attention grabber. Now, obviously, this is going to take a few minutes. So what we'll do is I'll go into the project section right down here. See where it says My Projects? And then from My Projects, I scroll over. I find Talking Faces. All right. And here we have exactly what I was working on just now on the upper right. I already did it. So now I'm going to go into the embed code section right there. Okay, and this is the key right here. Before I give the client the embed code, which I'm highlighting right now, I have this custom URL, which I've been talking about over and over and over again. This is huge. This is the custom URL. Now, what we're doing here is we're putting the actual website of the person who you are going to sell this to. And this is your tip. All right. So if we were to go, for instance, to Google and say we want to know painters in Worcester, Massachusetts, and they have painters, we want hopefully one that has a website. So let's see if this one has a website. And it does Wolf Professional Painting. Here it is, Wolf Professional Painting. Pretty boring website. What's on the bottom right of that website? I swear I didn't do this ahead of time. I swear. There's nothing there in the bottom right-hand side of that website. It's dark. There's nothing there. What do you think we should put there? Well, I think we should put a talking face. Edit, copy. Let's put him in there. I hope this works because remember I put Google at the very beginning? Where'd it go? Come back here. There, the wolfpropainting.com. Okay. And what's our alias going to be this time? Hey, come back. There we go. Our alias is going to be Wolf. So now it's giving us a new URL to share at the bottom. This is key. There's your URL. You're going to share it with this business. edit, copy. Why did I do that? Because I'm going to use this URL and I'm going to share it with that business later. Okay, close the box. I save it. Remember saving it? All right. Now, this is what the website looks without it. Let's see if this website works well with it or not. I never tried this before, so, I don't know. There it is. Bottom of the website, right there. Does that look so much better? How much better does that look than it looked before? There's something going on now. And you know what this young Todd here could be saying? I'm calling him Todd because it started my video. This young Todd could be saying, welcome to Wolf Pro Painting. We have openings and a sale going on next week. You take that page, you take that URL, and you have him saying that. And what are you going to do? You're going to send it to them in an email. You're going to bug him over and over again to look at it. Just look at this link. They're going to look at that link. Their jaw's going to drop. How many websites have something like this? Way too few. They'll be head and shoulders above everybody else.
Hey, this is Todd Gross. I am happy to be here with you today to talk about CastAI and the upcoming heat wave.
All right, that's coming out of my speaker, so it probably was low, but you get the point. I'll put it a little closer to my microphone.
In the central United States. Also, don't forget the upcoming meteor shower on August 12th, the same day as the eclipse of the...
You realize that voice you're hearing, I wrote that script, even though it's the same voice you're hearing from me right now, speaking in this microphone to you right now. I wrote that as a script, and yet it sounds just like me. How crazy is that? That's how to sell this. That's the easiest way to make money with this, is to find a website like the Wolf Pro Painting, put this on there, send it to them. How could they possibly resist getting that on their website after you show them that? It's just crazy. It's like a slam dunk. I'm so excited I lost my slideshow here. There it is. All right, so that's your tip for success. The question I was going to ask you is, how do you think you would sell this to local businesses now that you've seen the demo? And obviously the answer is right there in front of you. It's to take that URL and share it with multiple businesses in the same community. Worcester, Massachusetts, like I just showed you, is the perfect medium-sized market to do that, where folks there are just getting websites now in the handyman niches, such as plumbers, electricians, and roofers. They're the ones that are not sophisticated yet, that have websites. Their websites don't look great. They're usually lacking something and could use something like what you just showed. And if you price this right, you price this low, then this is going to be something that'll be easy to charge them for month after month after month. And as soon as they stop paying their bill, you just click that button to turn off this, to turn it off. You saw that button in the demo. And then wait for them to pay. Boy, will they come back fast to you. All right. I promised we'd make this quick, so I'm going to go straight to the breakdown of how this offer is going to work. I want you to jump in there. The price is going to be extremely low, and I'm just going to get right into it with you guys. Don't forget, ask your questions in the question and answer box. We have Luann, we have Oliver, we have Shannon, we have others as well that are on. We have Audrey. We have some of the support people from Synthesis. I think Oliver's even on. Everybody's on answering your questions. Here's the offer breakdown, basically what you're going to be getting. All right, so keep in mind the way we're going to do this is a little different than usual. We do have a bundle, but it's on the inside after you purchase the basic package. The bundle is going to be all the upgrades in one. All right, so what is the front end, the basic product? Well, basically it includes the ability to swap faces and outfits and styles. insert objects, and change the speech, which is very important. And then it includes the talking faces overlay ability. And there's 15 preloaded spokespersons in there and talking faces as well. And you could deploy it unlimited. However, the first upgrade, which all these upgrades I'm going to tell you about are going to be packaged in one. All right. First upgrade, now you're moving to 1080p HD rendering, so things are really clear. The translation, so the lips could be synced to 300 languages, and we actually have at least 30 languages that we could change the speech to in there. We could even look at that together later and go over the list of languages. Yeah, and the native lip sync that we just showed you matches the voice so that the lips resync as you move from language to language, which is something that's phenomenal. Think about how different that is than watching the movies when they put voice dubbing on and the lips don't sync up at all. And 2,400 additional bonus credits. And if you want to know how far bonus credits get you, they get you pretty far. But ask in that question answer box. We do have people standing by to answer that question for you. The next thing, the second upgrade, that's also going to be included in that package of upgrades, all in one, is over 100 spokesperson on the Talking Faces side. And what do I mean by that? Well, basically, on the Talking Faces side, you don't even have to you don't have to even get a recast video. You could skip that whole section if you want and just use the spokespersons that are in there and write some script, and you can have those spokespersons talk. We also have the voice cloning option, the full Talking Faces access, all the features in Talking Faces, another 2,400 bonus credits, the ability to upload your own picture to the Talking Faces side. I mean, all of that's included in the second upgrade, but you're going to be getting, of course, the package of all the upgrades, so you don't really have to worry about the specifics. The third thing is the credit booster. So the third offer is 3,000 extra credits one time, and it's the lowest credit price of the entire launch, and they never expire. So if for some reason you take several months off and don't use the software, those don't expire. And that's also going to be included in what we call the Fast Track Bundle. Now, the Fast Track Bundle is after you purchase the very low cost initial product. The Fast Track Bundle is going to get you all these features packaged into one, added onto it. So the Fast Track unlocks the entire platform in one click. The all-in-one offer combining every premium upgrade plus a total of 10,000 credits for buyers who want everything immediately. It includes the first OTO or one-time offer. It includes the second OTO. It includes the third, which of course includes the high def. It includes the translation to other languages. It includes the 100 Talking Faces spokespersons and the ability to upload your own, the 2,200 bonus credits more than the OTOs separately. In other words, you get a bonus to bring you up to that 10,000 level. That takes you even beyond if you had gotten OTO 1, OTO 2, and OTO 3 separately. And of course, all the features that are involved in Talking Faces. Now, let's just compare these two, all right? What we're trying to bring home here and get in your mind is that you're getting the front end offer first when you go on the inside, and then you're going to purchase the Fast Track. I think there's even a little checkoff box to do that once you go in there. So that's how you're going to do it. Now, the front end offer is also going to be split into two things. It's like for very low cost. One is going to say just get the recast. The other is going to say get the recast and the Talking Faces, but you are, of course, are going to get both. The recast and Talking Faces in that initial front end offer, and then you're going to be choosing that little checkoff box to get the Fast Track to get all the features so that effectively you're getting the bundle. Now, we also have a Credit Max upgrade in there, and that's to boost your possibilities with the best offer on credits and never run out. 6,000 fresh credits delivered, restocked every year, 6,000 credits every year. That's also something you're going to run into as you go into the inside on your purchase. All right. Any last questions before we unleash this beast, which we are ready to unleash to you right now? Get your questions answered now. All right. Yep, there's some good questions about if you already have the software. Very good. If you already have talking faces. Yeah, we have great answers for you. So Mick and Jason and Courtney, we have good answers coming at you. And if you already have Recast, you already have talking faces included. So if you already have Recast, you don't need this. You already have this. Okay, but if you already have talking faces, then you do need this, and we'll explain to you. All right, very good. All right, yes, your questions are being answered right now by our trusty partners of mine. And with that, you are ready. All right, the front end offer is going to be $24. You're going to be picking that. And then you're going to be picking the fast track offer for $197. That's a total of only $221 for everything. The only other thing that you'll be running into on the inside is that max credit booster to give you the 6,000 every year. That's the only other thing you'll run into. Otherwise, you'll get everything. The front end and the fast track that brings the full bundle to you for $221. When you get in there, get castai.com/live. I know it's a little structured a little bit differently than usual. It's a long story as to why we're structuring this way, but all you have to do is go to that link, purchase the front end full. It's called full. It's core and full. You want the full, and then you want to go and get the fast track at $197. The reason it's separated like that is for those of you that already own Talking Faces, by the way, is why you'll see something in there called core. Most of you want to get full, front end full at $24 and then check off the fast track at $197. That's your bundle for $221. Get CastAI now. Don't delay. Tomorrow the pricing is increasing after our webinar at 10 a.m. This is the only window to get in at the absolute lowest entry price for any synthesis product that we've had in years. This is absolutely rock bottom that we're offering this to you. It's an amazing, amazing offer, amazing price. And here it is, that checkoff box I told you about. And that is going to be what you're running into. Click here to get everything shown during this presentation. Once see how it says $197 after you buy the front end right there? And if you look closely and you read that right under the checkbox, it says 197. Bonus number 1, very interesting bonuses this round. Ready to recast niche video pack. Now, remember, what you're doing is you're bringing in videos and then you're changing them. You don't even have to bring in one of yourself. So we have 5 plug-and-play pre-recorded videos that you can instantly recreate inside CastAI. So you already have videos to work with. You don't even have to turn on your phone camera. But my advice that I gave you before, if you recall, is to indeed just record yourself, even if it's in your underwear or pajamas, even if your hair's sticking up, and just recast it to look pro. Second bonus, the client agency kit. We give you everything you need to start offering CastAI powered video services to clients. We help you with your agency. The next thing is 100 CastAI video script prompts to create better video scripts faster with 100 ready-made prompts. Now remember, you could change what people say just by writing it out. And you could do that or get help with that with our video scripts that are all ready. We have 50 local business video offers, ready-made service ideas that you could sell to local businesses using CastAI. In other words, different services that you can provide to local businesses to continue to make more and more money once they get used to you.
Now, access the bonuses that we're giving as to members, to attendees tonight. Those will be handed out hopefully at the end of this webinar. I forgot to double check with Shannon. They will definitely be sent in the go-to follow-up emails that we'll send out as well. So we will have those in there. We've got several very good bonuses for you just for being here tonight. So we really appreciate the time that you're spending with us. I'm scrolling back through to see if I make sure I didn't miss anything. Hi, Don. Certainly the pricing that we have placed on these products are extremely low, and considering the cost of using the AI servers and everything that we do. And this is truly the lowest cost product that we have offered for synthesis products for a long time. And we've been in business. We've been doing this since 2020 with Oliver, and we have a tremendous number of loyal customers because of the incredible products that we have offered over the years.
Inside of the software here, and I just thought we could play around a little bit. There's a section that I start to show you called projects, and there's a couple of things you could choose from projects. So when you click on my projects, you could scroll down to recast, or you could scroll down to talking faces. This is recast here. And remember, recast plus talking faces equals CastAI. So we're in recast right now, and I want to see what this looks like. This is something I was working on earlier when I was doing the demo when my Camtasia crashed. So I was not wearing, pardon me, a blue shirt and gray shorts. All right, I was not wearing that at all. I was wearing that jacket that I showed you before. Remember that jacket? It was black and had white stripes. I said, put me in a t-shirt and shorts instead. And it did a great job.
Hola, soy Todd Gross. Y lo que ves ahora es CastAI funcionando en esta página como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tu información más reciente, tus últimos productos o lo que quieras mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico en clientes. Mira bien lo que incluye el paquete Fast Track aquí abajo y comienza ahora mismo.
It's interesting hearing yourself speak in another language that you don't normally speak in, and how you could speak it with, let's say, a proper accent, which is a pretty good accent there. Because when I try to speak Spanish, it's hola, ¿cómo está? It just doesn't sound right.
Hola, soy Todd Gross y lo que ves ahora es CastAI funcionando en esta página como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tu información más reciente, tus últimos productos o lo que quieras mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico en clientes.
All right, now let's do an experiment. So now now that we've done that, right, we put those captions on the bottom, which came out really good, by the way. Captions were perfect. Let's go into Talking Faces and see how bad it looks with the captions included, and see if it does include the captions or tries to cut them out, or what happens. Because I've never actually tried. I just know the captions are probably a bad thing. But let's go in and try it out. So now what we're going to do on the left-hand side is the tab for Talking Faces. Now, we already created that recast video that we just watched. I don't believe anything that you put right here is really that important at the beginning, where it says, where will you actor live? I mean, this is almost like just a reminder that you'll need it to be in a website later. But I just put google.com for now, because that seemed to work before when I did it, when I couldn't remember where I was going to put it eventually. And then remember, once you get into Talking Faces, we want to go into Recast on the right. And then from there, we want to choose what we just looked at, which is right there in the blue shirt. Now, the jacket that I was wearing was this one on the left. But this is fascinating stuff. Don't you think this is fascinating, guys? That the jacket that I was wearing is the one on the left, where it's not my face, but right here in the middle, it is my face and it looks just like me. It's my body size and everything. But I'm wearing all of a sudden a blue t-shirt and gray shorts like I requested. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to press continue. And I like the right corner rather than the left corner. I'm not so sure which is better, right or left. Left is probably better. I just like right. Knowing that people read from left to right. I don't know. And now from here, we can add some elements to the actor if we wanted, or let's keep it simple. Generate attention grabber. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if what happens with the attention grabber. I could do dance move. Okay. Generate the attention grabber. Okay, so in this case, I should be dancing at the beginning. It's going to take a bit to generate that. And while I'm generating that, I'm going to take a look over in the question and answer box and see if I can help out at all. Question answer box. Users look from right to left, huh, Caston? So it should be on the right, you think? Oh, Max, what a good suggestion. Have two on a page. I don't think we can right now. No. It's an excellent suggestion.
Yes, we can.
We can?
Yes. Shannon already did it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no conflicts. You can put one on the right, one on the left. Yeah. Pretty neat.
Everybody's saying right is better. Look at that. Shannon, how did you do that? Put it on the right and the left. How? What kind of dancing is that? That's an attention grabber, all right.
Yeah, if the embed code is what does it, Todd. So you can put two embed codes on a single page and they don't conflict. And so if you select right for one and left for the other, then you can essentially have two.
I see. All right, so we generated that. Now we're going to continue and generate. I think you can have several website hosts on different pages, Russ. I'm just reading over your questions while this is rendering. Yeah, we're going to try to get all those credit questions answered that you're asking. Okay, so this is up to 43% rendered. While that's doing that, I believe that I can go back. I'm scared to go back. Am I going to mess it up? All right, so the question is, once I hit play, are the captions going to show? Let's see.
Hola, soy Todd Gross y lo que ves ahora es CastAI funcionando en esta página como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tu información más reciente, tus últimos productos o lo que quieras.
Looks like I was wrong. The captions work just fine. Look at that. It knew to put the captions in and not screw around with it and try to cut it out as if it was on an upper layer. It just didn't touch that layer, the captions layer. That's fantastic.
Mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico en clientes. Mira bien lo que incluye el paquete Fast Track aquí abajo y comienza ahora mismo.
All right, now remember what we need to do now, right? We need to integrate it into a website. So we want to play with our buttons here. We want to loop the clip. We could auto play close after playing this time. We wanted to hide the close button. This time I'll show the close button so you could see it. We could display the mute button this time. And the actor's size, I wanted to make it larger. And integrate into the website. We could use that website that we did before. Oh, that was the actual one that they come up with. It was like Wolf something or another in Worcester. Let's see if I can find it. Wolf Pro Painting. Okay. There it is. Oh, no, it's this, the URL. And we'll call this Wolfie this time. I'm going to copy. And now I'm going to close the box and save. Now I'm going to open up a new browser tab. I'm going to put that URL it gave us into the browser tab. And let's see it on that site. On the right-hand side, there it is with the dancing.
Hola, soy Todd Gross y lo que ves ahora es CastAI funcionando en esta página como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tu información más reciente, tus últimos productos o lo que quieras mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico en clientes.
All right. Now we could close it out with that X right there. First, we can mute it.
Mira.
See, I muted it. And now I could close it out. All right. I hope that helped. And I'll show you the demo again in a few minutes too, which goes through the whole process. Hawaiian language, Jim. All right, let's answer that question. Let's go in there and see which languages. I don't think Hawaiian dialect is in there. Go back to the software. We're going to pick recast. We're going to drop in a source video. That'll come in quickly. I'm going to turn on enable. Remember the next step? I may not have to show you the demo anymore. You know what I didn't do in the demo I could show you now? Guys, why don't I do this? Why don't I type in the box? Here, I'll do that. First, I have to grab an image from this. Now we want to, I could edit the character and put a coffee cup in the hand like I did before, but let's skip that right now. I turned this on, but now I'm going to choose voice selection. I'm going to choose my voice. So it would be under my voices, or you could create another custom voice right here, and then it walks you through creating another custom voice. I think you're allowed 3, is it? So here's my voices. And it's Todd version 2. All right, so that's what we're selecting for my voice, but now I have to enable the script. By enabling the script, now I could type something and it will say the words that I type. Hey gang, this is Todd Gross. Now, sometimes it gets my name wrong and it says Gross. So I'll write Gross like that, which sometimes it pronounces Grows, but it's closer. Todd Grows. I used to have a series, Todd Grows, when I was in Albany Television, and I used to grow things, literally plants. Hey gang, this is Todd Gross. Did you know that a big meteor shower is coming in August, on August 12th. In fact, it is the same day as the total eclipse of the sun. This is good news because it means that the Perseid meteor shower, well, I'll just write meteor shower because I don't know how to say Perseid. Meteor shower will be seen in very dark, moonless skies. Okay. That's good. And we have version 2. Okay, so now I'll press confirm and generate. And I think that'll work. I should have copied it in case something goes wrong. Always copy and paste onto a text editor. So it says on the upper right, successfully generated motion transfer. There's a little tab halfway down on the right. You click that. And then it is doing it right here. See where it says 4%? Now, because I wrote the script out, it will not take as long to generate as when I do not write a script, as when it works off my original voice. For some reason, it takes longer to work off my original voice than when I write a script in there and it uses my cloned voice. Now, did I have this clicked on voice selection and it just clicked it off? I think that's what happened. I think I used my voice. All right, so we'll go back to that. It only takes a couple minutes, so we'll go back to that in a couple of minutes. Luann, come on and answer a couple more questions. I'm going to show the original demo again in a few minutes. We don't want to go too late, but I want to make sure that we're really giving you a real sense of just how powerful this software is and how easy it is to use. And if you could come on and answer a couple more questions.
Sure. I'm right here. 1 second. As soon as I finish typing.
Sure. Thank you. Take your time. So basically, the link that I want to show you is, I keep going back to that link to try to explain how we're doing this, is when you get in there at that URL below, you want to pick this up on the upper left, the full front end offer, and then the fast track group of OTOs all put together into a discount pack. And that's how you get everything for $221. All right, I think it's ready. Before you, I don't think you have to come on quite yet, Luann. I think it's in there.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, this is Todd Groves. Did you know that a big meteor shower is coming in August, on August 12th? In fact, it is same day as the total eclipse of the sun. This is good news because it means that the meteor shower will be seen in very dark, moonless skies.
You know, the inflections on that were incredible. That was really incredible. How much that sounds like me. That's like freaky. That is so freaky. So did you hear it? It said same day and not the same day because I left out the. I saw that when I was typing it. That was interesting. I'm going to download that video. Wow.
Antoine, I have no idea if the Go High Level chat widget script will work in there or not. That would be something that you would have to check out yourself. I don't.
Thank you, Luann. I forgot to answer Jim's question from before, so let me go back into the software, and we were doing recast, and once we did recast, I was supposed to check for the languages. That was down here. So the languages are English, Spanish, French, Hindi, Italian, German, Polish, Portuguese, Chinese, Japanese, Dutch, Turkish, Korean, Danish, Arabic, Romanian, Mandarin, Filipino, Swedish, Indonesian, Ukrainian, Greek, Czech, Bulgarian, Malay, Slavic, Croatian, Tamil, Finnish, Russian, Afrikaans, Albanian, Amharic, Armenian, Azerbaijan. Wait a minute, there's too many. Is that Bangladesh or just Bangla? Bengali, Basque, Bosnian, Burmese, Catalan, Cantonese, Gilo Mandarin, Northeastern Mandarin, Southwestern Mandarin, Taiwanese Mandarin, Wu Chinese, Zheguan Mandarin, Estonian, Galaxian, Georgian, Gujarati, Hebrew, Hungarian, Icelandic, Irish, Javanese, Kannada, Kazakh, Khmer, Lao, Latvian, Lithuanian, Macedonian, Malayalam, Maltese, Marathi, Mongolian, Nepali, Norwegian, Bakmal, Pashto, Persian, Serbian, Sinhata, Slovenian, Somali, Sundanese, Swahili, Telugu, Thai, Urdu, Uzbek, Vietnamese, Welsh, Zulu, English, English American. Okay. More languages than I thought. You guys have been very patient, and we really, really appreciate it. All right. Before we go any further, I want to quickly play the demo again. And then after we play the demo, we'll come back and we'll wrap up. And we'll answer any other questions you have. Here we go with the demo. I'm going to share it right now. Make sure to turn up your volume and make your screen large so that you can see it properly. Demo coming up right now. Welcome to CastAI. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down in the synthesis menu, and we're going to note that there is recast and talking faces. All right, keep that in mind, recast and talking faces. Also, keep in mind you're going to be using my projects later. So recast is the first engine as part of CastAI. So you click on recast, it says drop motion source here. That's going to be a video of yourself or somebody else. I believe it's in my desktop, so I'm going to look for it in my desktop. That's my personal desktop. I want my shared desktop. There it is right here. I'm going to take an actual video that I think will work well. All right, now it's already uploaded that video. I did not even pause it just now. And what you're going to do is I'm going to play it.
Hey, it's Todd Gross, and what you're seeing right now is CastAI.
Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to grab a still image from that. It's going to just take the first image in the video. And the reason we want to do that is so that everything works at its best, even if we change things. So you grab from the video. You could also upload a target character, but since you could describe a character and it comes out even better, grabbing from the video is your best bet. So it's going to take the first image it can from that video that we just uploaded, and that's what it's going to display. Now we could change this. I could say, have this person as a 35-year-old with brown hair and holding a coffee mug that is steaming. All right, and apply that edit, and it's going to change the person. Probably leave the same clothes. I could change the clothing as well. Perhaps I could, make the person, me, wear a suit instead of, that little jacket that I have there, which is not a fancy jacket by any means. We could do that as well. But for the time being, we now have the same exact outfit, but we have a different person. Person in his 30s holding a coffee mug. And there you go. Now, what's funny about this photo is you see the stairs on the lower right-hand side? I really do have stairs, and I don't know how it knew that. And the stairs look exactly like that. I cannot figure out. I did another one previously when my Camtasia crashed when I was doing a recording for you guys, and it did the same thing. It created those stairs. It's unfathomable to me that it knew that the stairs were there. It's like it was spying on me or something. Anyway, we'll leave that for now, that outfit. We could have changed it if we wanted. But now we have a choice. We could leave the script as it is, or we can actually type a new script in here, enable this and type a new script, and actually select my voice, because I, of course, have the whole package. Like, you're going to be getting the whole package today, I'm sure. And when you get that upgrade, you are able to use your own custom cloned voice, and you could write anything. So you could change everything that I just said. But for now, I want to show you the translation. So I'm not going to write anything in this section right here on the left. I'm not going to enable that. And I am going to enable this bottom section, though, because I'm going to do a language translation like this. And I'm going to choose Spanish. All right? Now, normally I'd add captions if I wanted to do a video that I wasn't going to overlay on a web page later, but I want to take this video after we create it and overlay it on a web page. And in that case, we're going to want to keep in mind that we just want the person to show on the web page. We don't want to change the background, which we could do. Like in a previous video, I actually had a bear watching me. You don't want to put captions if you're doing that. If you're going to overlay it on a web page, you want to just leave it, regular like it is now, because all that background is going to be cut out. So I'm doing Spanish, and then I'm going to do 720p. We could have done 1080p, but let's do 720. I'll go a little faster and confirm and generate. This part does take a few minutes to render. Now that's already been fed over to Talking Faces, so let's go back there. Where will it live? Let's do a website called toddsuggests.com/Odin AI. That's one that just came to mind. And then once we're inside Talking Faces, what we do is we can choose to change the face again if we want, like this, and then work from there. But we already have ours done in Recast, so we're going to pick Recast and not just play with Talking Faces from scratch. We've already done a lot of the work. We're going to pick our Todd that's speaking Spanish, and then from there we can edit it again if we want, so that something else happens, like we could put a bird on my shoulder. But instead, let's just continue. We go left corner or right corner. I usually like the right corner. And continue. Then from there, we have the ability to make some changes to the beginning of the video. At the very, very beginning, when people first see it, we can create an attention grabber. An attention grabber is the coolest thing. It actually, you could have the person hold a sign, or so many different things. They give you some quick ones right here, like wave hello. So let's just click on wave hello right here. And then generate the attention grabber. Now remember, this is what people are going to see when they first go to the website that you're overlaying onto. This is the second half of CastAI, remember. This is no longer Recast. We're now in Talking Faces using a Recast video. So we're going to have this character waving hello. And there he is, waving hello. It's looking pretty darn good. All right, here he is, and that's how it's going to look over the website when we integrate it. We've been thrown right now into the integration part, so let's see what we've got. So the playback settings is we don't want to hide our attention grabber, obviously. We are going to want to loop it so it doesn't just play once. Auto close after playing. I think we'll let it keep playing. Hide the close button. Yeah, let's hide the close button. Display the mute button. No. And we don't want to disable it. You would disable it if you're selling this to a client and they don't pay their bill. Actor size, we want it to be larger than halfway, so about 3/4. So it'll be fairly large, like you're seeing here. And integrate the actor onto the website. First, we want to do the call to action first. Call to action button is like click here, and then it will go to the website. And we want it to go to the site that it's going to be over. So we're going to do toddsuggests.com, Odin AI. And then the button color, let's see if it comes out okay the way that it is default. And then click save. It's saving. We didn't have to click save this time. There's the button. Oh, that was the integrate actor to website. We're supposed to do this. Integrate actor to website. So we click this, integrate actor to website. We get the embed code that we'd sell to a client. Or we could show the client what it's going to look like just by putting in the underlying web page here. The custom URL is toddsuggests.com/Odin AI. And then we got to give it a name. So come back. The name we're going to give it is Odin Overlay, right? Because we're having an overlay on top of the Odin website. It's Odin AI Overlay. Odin AI Overlay. That's a good name. And it gives us the name, that the URL that we're going to share with the client. Edit copy. And then once you close this box, you have to save that, what you just did. So I almost forgot an important step. That's an integrate with the website. And now we're all done. Now I'm going to bring this down here. So I want to show you, first of all, that you could look at the settings right here and redo everything we just did in case it's not playing the way you want it to. Or you could play with the embed code section, which is this section right here. We could put a different website underneath, and we could take perhaps a whole bunch of pizza places in a certain neighborhood and keep putting the same overlay onto all the different pizza places. And then the one that pays you, you'll finally give them the URL code up here, the embed code. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to actually put this in the bar, in the URL bar right here at the top. I'm going to paste it in. That's what it gave us so that we can see how this is going to look. I click return. And now we should have the website underneath. And we do. And we should have us waving here, begging to be played. And now we could play it.
Hola, soy Todd Gross. Y lo que ves ahora mismo es CastAI operando en esta página tal como lo haría en la tuya para compartir tus novedades, tus productos o lo que desees.
Okay, now I want to point out that it's kind of redundant for us to right click here because we're already on the website and it's already operational. But if you were using this as an affiliate site or something like that you want to send folks to make sure that you get credited, then you could put the click here. It should say something else though, because obviously I could be holding a sign that says click to play, and then we want them to click the play button. So we'll probably write something else other than click here. But you get the point. We have this really beautiful overlay on the bottom right-hand side that we've made, and we're playing it.
Mientras ayuda a convertir más de tu tráfico.
And it's in Spanish, and it's perfectly on top of a website. And yet, we have the embed code that we didn't even give them yet. And yet we're able to see this right on top of their website. An amazing two tools, two engines put together that just is going to make you so many sales to local businesses. Every local business, in fact, every business, not just local business, should have something like this on their site, begging people to come in, being the welcoming host. Okay, that's it. Last chance to get this incredible software where you could change anything from the background to yourself, put yourself as another person, type a different text for you to say or for someone else to say, put this on your website, put this on your client's website. It doesn't matter You just know you have a quality piece of software here right now that's tangible. It's not like an AI agent that's in the background somewhere doing something weird. This is a video product that is tremendous, and the price is about to go up because you're getting a webinar special right now. Whether you're watching the replay, use the link on this page, or you're watching this live right now, then use the link on the screen. All right, Luann, I guess we should wrap it up. Thank you so much, everybody, for staying with us, and your enthusiasm and your support for the products and the excitement about these wonderful, wonderful video products. Luann, remind me when we get off how I could get the replay so that I
Yes.
can edit it and get it out
Yes.
to folks.
I never did show you that, did I? Okay, I will do that. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We really appreciate you staying on this long, and go create some fantastic and funny and attention grabbing videos with CastAI.